I am Luciana from Sao Paulo, and today I'm going to tell you a little story. But before we start, let me just show you a little bit of Sao Paulo. The state of Sao Paulo is a place where you can find almost everything, from history to deep contact with nature, resorts, water parks, a very busy life in big cities and doing business, and also fantastic caves, seas of mountains, walking among lavender fields, or maybe some contact with the culture of the immigrants who built the country. Or if you want to relax a little bit, just like fantastic beaches. So we can find everything like our campaign this year. I'm not going to show any campaign videos, but our campaign says São Paulo is all that and much more. Yes. And let's see some numbers from our state. Okay. In 2022, we received 42.8 million tourists, which of those 90%, 97% were domestic. Yes, and most of them from inside the state of São Paulo. São Paulo is, like, economically speaking, the biggest state of Brazil. Yes, and also in size, it has the biggest population. We have 46 million people. It's 22% of the country's population in an area of 248, 219 square kilometers. It's a way bit bigger than the United Kingdom. Yes, all the United Kingdom. And this is the outline of the state of Sao Paulo, and all these colored things there are our tourist regions. We have 47 tourist regions, and inside these 47 tourist regions, we have 396 tourist cities or cities with tourist potential. And then you ask me, Luciana, do you monitor all that? Of course not. I'm not crazy. Yes. And so our Center of Intelligence of Tourism Economics, or also known as SITE, because it's a very long name, it was created in 2019, yes, and it monitored exclusively economic indicators, yes, until the year 2020, what was less than a year, yes. We were doing only the monitoring of economic indicators for the whole state of Sao Paulo. And then we decided to separate it, and we chose 9 cities which could express to us the image of the state. As we selected 9 cities that are located all over the state, and they have this representativity. Not only they're representative to tourism, but they need to be monitored because they are big in tourism, and this can be very good, but this can be also very bad. Yes, sometimes when things go unattended, they can lose control. Yes, that's why we decided to monitor these 9 cities, and have been doing this monitoring not only of the economical aspects, but also some other aspects inside sustainability. And we've been publishing these results, okay? We have this website. Everything that we monitor, everything that we study, everything is published in our website. We have a monthly newsletter. We have the dashboards that are updated frequently, and we have reports that happen to occur regularly or on demand, okay? And then these 9 cities that we are monitoring, everything is okay, everything is beautiful. And all the other more, almost 370 cities, they ask us, oh, do you have anything about us? Yes. Do you have numbers about my city? No, darling, we don't. Yes. And we had to say no lots of times. And then what we decided to do, since we can't be the observatory for all the 370, 300, I lost the number now, almost 400 cities, yes? If we can't be the observatory for all of them, let's teach them to do the observatory work. And that's the beautiful story, yes, that I like to tell, okay? From March to July 2021, we decided to teach the cities, yes? We offered them, everybody was locked at home, nothing to do, okay? And then we had the Zoom appeared in front of us, and we could talk to everybody online, visually speaking, video conferences, and we invited the cities, yes, to have a course on data collection, data organization, which data do we need to monitor in tourism. And there were 9 online classes, all of them the same subject. And 525 people from 225 cities got interested in the subject and participated on our courses. They were 8-hour courses, 4 hours in the morning, 4 hours in the afternoon. Yes, and people went there to learn because they didn't know anything about monitoring, about data collection. Yes, and they just loved it. Not only people who wanted to build observatories for their cities, for their tourism direction, for their tourism areas in the cities, but we also had people from observatories from other states. We had students, yes, we have lots of students from technical tourism courses that participated too and still participate, yes. And then it was a huge success. And on the second semester from September to November 2021, we also offered 6 online workshops, still everybody locked at home, yes, starting to get out, and workshops based on subjects that were related to the work of an observatory, but also related to some other aspects of tourism. There were 6 different themes for these workshops, and we had 116 people from 78 cities in the state of Sao Paulo, yes, participating on that. And after this, I can consider it a huge success on the training and on the workshops, the cities started to look for us. They started to contact us, and they started to say, Luciana, we want to build an observatory here in our city. Yes. And that's the work, among many other things that we have been doing, that is teaching people in the cities of Sao Paulo on how to build observatories. We are spreading, yes, not only the state observatory, but local observatories. They didn't exist, just a few, yes? And now we are trying to train people, to have their own observatories, and that's my dream. It's a long-term dream because it's not easy. If you don't know Brazil, you don't know how difficult it is to work. And usually universities and observatories, they are linked some way to the government. And when you talk about government, you talk about Brazil, you always imagine some kind of confusion and slow things to happen. But in the long term, we believe that we will be able to implement observatories and create a network, an information network throughout the state of Sao Paulo, which is not a small thing, yes? So just there, before Cordula kills me because I'm taking too long. In the end of 2021, we already had cities looking for us, okay? And 20 cities looked for us, and we trained 45 people, not only the ones from the government who wanted to build local observatories, but also students, okay, from technical tourism courses. 2022, we had 98 cities taking courses, 155 people reached, okay? And now in 2023, 28 cities, 125 people, and this number is probably going to raise because I have just received a message there. Are you free for a training course next Saturday, 9 a.m.? I said, yes, of course, we work on Saturdays, okay? And what do we teach them in these courses, okay? Basically, data sources and collection methods, okay? The structure, the work of a tourism observatory, how to prepare online surveys and field surveys, And most importantly, the importance of monitoring sustainability indicators, because they only want to know the economical numbers, yes? And they think that it's something apart. And when we say sustainability, they think of environment. And then that's the first thing we have to teach them. What is sustainability? And the economy is connected. It's a whole part. And not only for the small people, our bosses, yes, they don't understand. So it's just this work of clarifying things, yes, to letting them know that everything has to work together. Yes, the economical aspect, the environmental aspect, the social cultural aspect, everything must be connected, everything must be monitored. This is sustainability. For some of them, it's quite difficult to understand, but I have lots of patience and we repeat it until one day they will understand. Okay. One of the, it's not easy. Some people know, yeah, but we must have patience and lots of love, patience, and everything will go well. Okay. One thing that we teach them, okay, in the cities is monitoring water, energy, and roads. Yes, what we say about roads, the state of Sao Paulo, the most important roads are privatized. Yes, and so we have this fantastic roads that they take everybody everywhere. People love to use the roads. I'm sorry, petroleum, but we are trying to work on electric cars. Okay, but that's how it works. People travel a lot inside because most of our tourists are from inside the states. So they use roads, which is for us a better way to control volume of people in the cities than any other methods. Yes. Okay, hotel, number of guests in a hotel in small cities, that's so easy to do. But in bigger cities, like one of them that we monitored, which is Campinas, is the second biggest city in the state. It has more than 2 million people, and I don't know how many hotels. Yes, well, all of them want to participate in the research? No. So we use the roads. The roads are monitored. The number of cars are counted. So we have the volume of cars passing in front of us. We call them, Fábio, help me. SAT is Sistema Automático de Tráfego. Yes, the traffic automatic system. Okay, he was my workmate, not anymore. He's my ex-husband now, but then he's working elsewhere. But then, let's go, I'm hungry. We can count the number of cars, okay, that are going to that city, and we have this on a daily basis. I can tell how many cars went to that city from Friday to Sunday, which is a weekend, on a specific date that was a holiday or a big event. And that's the best way for us. And then we count, an average of 3-4 people in each car. Okay. And then with that, we have a very good volume of tourists going to a city, people visiting the cities. Yes. And we also have numbers. This image is really bad. I'm sorry. We have consumption of water and consumption of electric energy. Yes. And we can cross them. Oh, I'm going to use 30 seconds. Okay. Because that's the last slide. Sorry. We can cross the information and then we can monitor. Yes. Like the yellow one, the orange one, okay, it's energy. And then you can say, for example, in Ribeirão Preto, in April, there was this huge consumption of energy. Yes, more than the flow of cars, of vehicles there, because that's when it happens, one of the biggest agronomical fairs in the state. They are really aware of consumption of water, but they don't care about energy. Yes, so the consumption of energy is really high. So we can visualize this. We see that on some specific moments, yes, but in general, in Sao Paulo, people are really worried about water consumption, not much about electricity, but water consumption is always something that we won't see people wasting it. Yes, not very much. Yes. And that's one of the things that we teach the cities how to do, to cross these informations. Okay? And that's it, 2 minutes.